So I'd like to welcome everyone on board. I'm thinking we should just get started because of time without any uh, wasting uh, further time. The meeting is recorded, and we probably will make it available to those that are unable to either join on time or those that are unable to make the meeting. That's the essence of recording. Tonight is a very special one, and we will be doing something special to helping ourselves. And very easy. Today's agenda is we'll be looking at the Tron wallet, ProLink wallet. That Tron is a technology that needs to be very used to it. We need to explore that wallet. There is so much that we need to know about the wallet, that we need to learn about the wallet and the technology, and the opportunities that also exist within the space. So basically, we'll have one of us, Mr. Stephen Omisore, to take us on the journey tonight. Okay, so uh, it's going to be an interactive section, no doubt. So it will take us for about 30 minutes. I don't know if that's good enough for him. 30-35 minutes, take us around, and thereafter, we're going to open the room for questioning, for interaction, um, for just people can relate, can air their views. You can make your contributions, you can ask questions, you can make clarification in case. And let me also use this opportunity to welcome those that are joining us for the first time. As in, everybody on this meeting is assumed to be an investor with Kuailian already. So, so I want to welcome those that are joining this meeting for the first time. Okay, and I also want to take this opportunity to also say that we have other meetings. All right. Um, this Sunday meeting is start every Sunday this hour. We are here, 8 p.m. But if you recall, in recent time, we have a joint sessions that we've been holding on Sundays as well. The joint session is scheduled to run for 3 months, but we have it fortnightly. That's every other Sunday. We had the second session of that last week Sunday, and today we're having our own fruitful team uh, uh, unique meeting. Okay, so but by next week Sunday we're going to having another joint session. So that joint session is is a collaboration between two groups, the Genius Investor and then the Kuailian Fruitful Team. So, like I said, Mr. Stephen Omisore will be taking us this evening. I'd like you to listen attentively, do all the learning, and at the end of the day, you can ask your question. So, once again, I want to welcome you to Kuailian um, Fruitful Team. And here we are investors with Kuailian. Uh, these investors in masternode staking. All right, and we have a consortium in Kuailian that is giving us access into this amazing investment. I mean, it's a rare privilege. It's a rare privilege to be a part of what is going on, to be a part of future. And blockchain is the future. There is no doubt about it. So Kuailian is an ecosystem, and in this ecosystem, a lot is unfolding. A lot has happened. We have been here for the past 3 years as Kuailian, but the system itself has been running, I mean, before the 3 years that I just made mention. Kuailian, Kuailian started in 2018 September, so it's about 3 years. But before then, we had Blue Empire. So Blue Empire kind of merged with another company that gave birth to Kuailian. And for about 3 years under the umbrella Kuailian, it's been an amazing journey. We've had different phases, we've had transitions, we had amazing things. But the good thing is that we are here, and Kuailian is waxing stronger, and the journey is just starting. That's the truth. The journey is just starting. Kuailian is the place to be. Um, this is the place to be. This is designed for the future. This is an opportunity for investors to take control of their finances and then to identify. It's a privilege to have a system that gives you the opportunity to identify with uh, the future and give you opportunity to make daily resources, daily income, while technology is making money for you. So we are investors in masternode staking through the consortium called Kuailian. So I welcome you once again. And without taking any further time, I'd like to welcome to stage Mr. Stephen Omisore. He's going to take us for 30-35 minutes. Thereafter, we'll have interaction session and then a few announcements, and then we are done for the night. So thank you very much. Please kindly welcome with me Mr. Stephen Omisore. Thank you, sir. You have the floor now.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Francis. I hope everyone can hear me.
Hello? Loud and clear. I can hear you.
Okay, fine.
I can hear you, sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you, sir, Mr. Francis. Yeah, I will start by saying that Kuailian is one of the best things that happens to me. My experience with Kuailian has been very, very good. I, in particular, have had good days with Kuailian. What is going on now does not bother me in terms of ROI. I know things can only get better. I know going forward with Kuailian, we are going to see better days ahead. I want to assure everybody about that. Kuailian's choice of TronLink is the best choice they've ever made. You can see how we transition from the Ethereum network to the TronLink network. There are a lot of things we still have to know about TronLink. I know so many people, rather than seeing the beautiful aspect of TronLink, they are seeing a lot of complexity now. But I want to tell everyone that all you need to do is just pay attention. Just pay attention, just give it a little time to go deeper, dive deeper into understanding the functionalities of TronLink. Then you will see that you will agree with me that TronLink is the best choice, ever. Well, I would just like to relate my experience with us here. We're all learning. This blockchain environment has a lot of knowledge there, and we are learning per day. I've decided to go deeper with blockchain technology, in general. So I don't want to narrow my scope to Kuailian. Kuailian has opened my mind to a lot of things. So, but among so many things is this TronLink. So tonight, I just want to relate my experience with you guys. So what we need to know about TronLink application. Okay, I will start by saying that TronLink is a blockchain-based decentralized platform. It's a blockchain-based decentralized platform. Then when we are talking about, I want us to get something clearly here. When we are talking about TronLink, we talk about Tron, we talk about Tronix, TRS, then TronLink. Tron, as I've mentioned here, Tron is a blockchain-based decentralized platform. Just like you have a Ethereum platform. Some people say Tron has come to rival Ethereum. Yeah, I think the answer is yes, because Tron offers better performance than Ethereum network. That is the reason why we transitioned to Tron network in the first place. So they are both blockchain technology, Ethereum platform and the TronLink. Now, there are some things that may impress you about TronLink that you need to know. We're going to talk about it today. But let me quickly remember to state clearly the differences between these terminologies. The Tron, I've just mentioned Tron, then so TRS, you may have been hearing about TRS. That is the currency cryptoware that runs on the Tron network. So the full meaning of TRS is Tronix. Then let's come to what is TronLink. TronLink is a Chrome extension that simplifies access to the Tron network. Again, TronLink is a Chrome extension that simplifies access to the Tron network or Tron blockchain. Okay, let's go further. Let's talk about features of the Tron application. Let me mention some of them. We are enjoying this decentralized wallet. That is where Kuailian drop our payment. Decentralized wallet. Tron wallet is a decentralized wallet. Unlike you have some wallets that are not decentralized. Tron runs on blockchain technology. It is fully decentralized. And we have benefit of this local storage private key, so that secures our wallet. So with that, we have peace of mind. Our risk of being hacked, it's not there at all. The secret is that make sure that you protect your mnemonic phrase, which is the secret key. So for every wallet we have public and private key. Our mnemonic phrase, which is the secret key, is our private key. Meanwhile, our wallet address is an example of our public key. So the private key has to be well protected. So that way, we are sure of not being hacked. Then another feature of TronLink app is multi-layer algorithm encryption. So that also ensuring data security for us. Then the Tron network supports TRC10 and TRC20 token. When we're talking about TRC10, we're talking about the activities, the transaction that is going on within the Tron network. Like when you want to send Tron to another Tron network, so such a transaction attracts no fee. The only thing you're going to incur is the bandwidth. So when we're talking about TRC20, we're talking about smart contracts. For instance, if you want to do swapping, you want to swap probably USDT to TRS. So that's an example of smart contract. Or you want to send USDT to another account. So that's another example of TRC20 smart contract. I don't know whether some of us have heard about freezing and unfreezing TRS to get NID and stuff like that. And all is happening just to make sure that we don't incur transaction fees. One thing about TronLink app is that, especially the wallet you're using, you will decide how you want to do your transaction. You want to burn some TRS, or not. You want to incur some fees or not. You have the choice. You can run transaction on Tron network without transaction fee. Is that not beautiful? You can do it without transaction. Just pay attention, get knowledge, and know how to do it. But Whereas where we're coming from on the interior platform, we had the issue of high gas fee. You want to move small amounts and you're incurring gas fee, which was not interesting at all. But the difference is the case here with the TronLink R. Honestly, it's not only Kuailian that is using Tron. It is not only Kuailian that is using Tron wallet. There are other networks, there are other platforms that use Tron. Tron is very, very popular. The activities on the Tron network is, in fact, is out of this world. A lot of millions upon millions of transactions going on Tron blockchain per day. And it may interest you to know that when we compare the Ethereum network and the Tron, we have some benefits in terms of speed. Tron network has speed. The speed on the Tron network transaction is higher, far higher than that of the Ethereum. On the Tron, you can do transaction happens 2,000 transactions per second. Okay, I think 2,000 transactions per second. Meanwhile, on the Ethereum, it's just 30 transactions per second that can happen. That's what is supported by the Ethereum. You can weigh the two, you can see the speed. Another thing that may interest you to know is that Tron network is supporting a lot of decentralized applications. A lot of decentralized applications. Just like the Ethereum network, Tron supports a lot of decentralized applications. And, there are a lot of applications. If you probe deeper, if you go deeper to study, to understand how Tron network works, there are lots of applications that may interest you to want to, use, So that is also giving Tron network an edge. Okay? Okay, let me just go straight to the functionality of the Tron wallet. Can you see my screen?
Okay, yes.
Okay, fine.
Perfect, sir. Perfect.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I believe everybody knows how we can open our wallet on the desktop. Okay, it's easy. If you don't know, in case you don't know, you just go to tronlink.org on your browser, especially Chrome browser, tronlink.org, as I'm doing now. Okay, to take you to this page. Then on this page, you see my cursor. Can everybody see my cursor?
Affirmative. Yes,
okay,
affirmative. I can see.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So if you come to this page, this one is showing me Chrome Web. You can see my cursor. Where it is?
Yes.
Yeah. Ahead. Okay, if you do this, it will give you.
Yeah.
It's showing me to remove from Chrome because I'm already pegged to the Chrome browser. Then if you are just trying to activate this, it will give you an option to pin your application to the Chrome browser, to have a Chrome extension here. So I already have it. So I will just come here and click here. You can see TronLink. I like it here. So if I click on the TronLink, it brings me to my wallet. Because I've already logged in before, that is why the thing opened just direct like that. Or else I have to enter my password. Or if you are just signing up, you have to enter your mnemonic phrase or secret key for you to set up your wallet here, so that you can have access to your wallet on the desktop. Okay, so I haven't done that. Let's go straight into the wallet. This is my wallet. I want to mention some things here. We're talking about carrying out free transaction, that is transaction without commission, without fees on the Tron network. How do we go about that? We have bandwidth and energy. It is the energy that's responsible, that enables us to carry out transactions without fee on the Tron network. And in order to achieve that, we have to do some freezing of Trons in order to acquire some energy. And we have to acquire sufficient energy to make sure that we sail our transactions through without any fee. Bandwidth is already there. We already have it. It comes 5,000 full bar, for everybody, every user. But what you need to get is the energy. And in order to help us to determine what amount of energy TRS to freeze to get energy, you can just log into tronstation.io/calculator. So that will help you to calculate, to have an idea of what amount of TRS to freeze to get energy. Just tronstation.io/calculator. So it will take you here. So here you can determine how much TRS you have to freeze to get a certain amount of energy. Okay, let me relate my experience with the house here. I've carried out some transactions here, and some went through, some failed due to lack of energy. Okay, let me open my transactions. There was a time I carried out. Okay, I have something in Excel here. Okay, if you look at this table, TRS transfer, that is mere sending of TRS to another TRS account, goes with no fee and just some bandwidth. No energy is burned, no energy is consumed. Then when you are going to do, and this falls under the category of TRC10 transfer. That is the activity, the transaction within the Tron network. It's not a smart contract. It's not TRC20 kind of transaction. But when we now come to the TRC20 kind of transaction, that is when smart contract is triggered. In this experience, I was able to send 44 USDT. I was able to send 44 USDT out of my wallet to another USDT account. And all that was consumed is 345 bandwidth and energy. Some energy was consumed, that is 14,631. Then the TRS required for this amount of energy is 540. If 540 TRS is frozen, you are going to get about 14,659 energy. So if you look at this chart, it can give an overview, an idea of how energy is being consumed when you are doing smart contracts. And I want to place a difference here. This kind of transaction is just mere sending USDT to another USDT account. It's a kind of a smart contract, which defaults under 20 TRC20 transfer. But the case is different here when you are doing swapping. When you want to swap, you are bound to consume more energy when you are doing swap. Okay? Look at me sending 44 USDT to another USDT account. I consume just 14,659. Okay? But meanwhile, in the case of swapping, just 30 USDT, swapping it for TRS. I was swapping it for TRS. That triggers a smart contract, TRC20 category. And the bandwidth consumed was 378. Even when I was doing the same for 34 USDT, 35, 40, 100 USDT, you can see that the bandwidth until I got to 100 USDT, before the bandwidth, went up. If you have to plot a graph here, you know what the curve will look like. Okay, it will look flat before it starts picking up. Okay, energy. You can see the energy consumed here for, in the case of swapping 30 USDT for TRS, I consume 46,000 plus energy. And the TRS required for this is 1,600. Meaning that if you want to do swapping of 30 USDT for TRS, you are going to consume 378 bandwidth, and energy you are going to use up is going to be 46,072 energy. And the amount of TRS you have to, freeze in order to say this transaction through is 1,698. The amount of TRS you require is 1,698, and you need this kind of this 1,698 will give you 46,095, energy. Hello, I don't know whether I'm still audible. Hello, House.
Yes, you are. You are, sir.
Oh, okay. Am I making sense?
Yes, you're communicating. That's good.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. If you look at this chart, you see this is my experience. This is my experience that I want to relate to the house today in terms of carrying out transaction on the Tron wallet. So if it depends on how your wallet runs, it depends on the liquidity, the tokens in your wallet. If you are going to be having something in the range of between 30 and 100 USDT in your wallet, I will advise that you go ahead and freeze about, if possible, go ahead and freeze about 3,000 TRS. When I froze 1,698, I got 46,000 plus energy, and that is what I needed to carry out this transaction, just mere swapping. So when we're swapping, it consumes more energy, more than when you are just doing mere transfer. And I want to believe that when we're swapping for cryptos like Ethereum, this was swapping between USDT and TRS that is burning this. If we are swapping for Ethereum, it's going to, I think I remember this last one here. This last one, USDT, was swapped for Ethereum. I swapped this for Ethereum, and that hit this, amount of energy. Okay, so in order for us to enjoy our wallet, to see it running, we need to make sure that we freeze adequate amount of TRS to get sufficient energy so that we can, see our transaction through. Okay, let me quickly show you how this particular calculator is very useful to me. For instance, now in the chart that I just shown you, here, this chart, let's say you want to do a swap. You want to do a swap of 400 USDT to Tron. You want to know the amount of energy you are going to get. All you need to just do is just come here. Then, according to the chart, I have to freeze 540 TRS here. So, without looking at this chart, if you come to that particular, to this calculator, you just enter the TRS here, 548, then you see that it has generated the equivalent energy you are going to get. That is 14,953. If you freeze 548. But if you don't do that, if you don't have sufficient energy, if the transaction we have to stay through, probably you have some balance in your wallet, balance of TRS that is unfrozen. If you don't have sufficient energy, there's a way the system is wired in such a way that it will burn TRS for you to execute that transaction. And in the case of the system burning TRS for you, it's going to generate more energy than what you get when you freeze. You can see that, okay, here, for instance, let's say I freeze 10 TRS, and that gives me 272.87 thereabout energy. So if the system will burn TRS for me to get energy to execute transaction, if it's going to burn 10 TRS, it's going to give me 71,428 energy. But this, we only see your transaction through. It's not going to be stored in your wallet. It's like a waste. In fact, it's a waste. So why would you allow this to be happening? There are some transactions I did. Let me go back to my account. There are some failed transactions that I did that, made me to, lose that amount of TRS. Okay, let's look at this one in particular. Failed transaction, you can see it shows failed transaction here. Let us probe deeper. If I hit that button and go, it will take me to the Tron scan, okay, where I can see the details of the transaction. So in this detail, you can see the amount of bandwidth that was consumed. Then you can see the amount of TRS that was burned for the bandwidth, which is 0. Then if you go to the energy section, it consumed 28,886 energy. But yet, in spite of all this, the transaction still didn't go through. The transaction didn't go through. This is a waste of time and resources. Okay? So in order to avoid this kind of a thing happening, it is advised to have sufficient energy in the account. Let me look at another transaction. There's a particular one that has to burn some TRS to execute that transaction for me. So I want to open that kind of okay. Okay, fine. In this kind of transaction, I did a swap here. That is USDT being swapped for Ethereum. I swapped 100 USDT for Ethereum. And this transaction recorded success. But before the success happened, I ended up consuming 80,545 energy. And how did that happen? I did not have sufficient energy frozen in my account. The energy that was available got used up. That was 34,752. And for the transaction which was not enough for the transaction to go through. So the system now burned over 6 TRS to get 45,793 energy in order to put the transaction through. You will observe here that, just 6.4 TRS, got 45,793 energy. So, like, going back to what I was saying the other time, that the system gets more energy when it has to burn, TRS for you. But when you do it, when you freeze, you get lesser energy, but you have to do more freezing and you freeze more TRS in order to get sufficient energy to carry your transaction through. Okay, this kind of occurrence can be avoided when you have enough energy. Meaning that if anytime I have to do a swap of 100 USDT to Ethereum, I have to make sure that I have well over 80,000 energy in my account. I need to have well over 80,000 energy in my account. So how do I now know what amount of TRS for me to freeze to get this kind of energy? Okay, so just 80,000. I copy this, then I come to my Tron, the calculator. I will come to the energy section, paste it here, remove the comma. So it means I have to freeze 2,951 TRS in order to get this amount of energy to execute a swapping of USDT, 100 USDT to get Ethereum. This is how this works. This is how this works. Then the bandwidth, we don't usually have problem. If you want to calculate what you have to freeze to get bandwidth, maybe you run out of bandwidth, it does not usually happen. You can do the calculation here also. Then if you want to have an idea of what the system burns to get energy for you, this is the column for that. Okay? Yeah, let me go back to the wallet. I have some other things to explain here. On this wallet, we can borrow energy. You can borrow energy. You can, how do you do it? Go to account detail. Okay. If you come here, if you want to buy on the phone, it's similar to the same way you get it on the desktop. You come to obtain here. Then here you can free some TRS for energy. Yeah, but make sure that you select Tron power and energy. Tron power and energy. Here you can free some TRS. Let's say for instance, now I want to free 10 TRS for energy. You can just enter the amount of TRS you want to fix here. Then it shows you the amount of energy you are going to get. Then you can go ahead and click confirm, and But in my own case, I already have some energy. I don't want to do that. If you want to rent, you come here. You can see where my cursor is. Then you click rent. It will take you to this page. Then you can specify the amount of TRS you want to, rent. That will give you the equivalent energy. The detail is here. If you 100,000 energy per day, you can rent 100,000 energy per day, and that costs 8 TRS. It doesn't go without a cost. This is the cost. But why will you do this? If you can just, free some TRS from your, TRS account and get energy. I think I would advise anybody to do that, to do freezing direct rather than borrow. Yeah, still in this place. Okay, I think I've narrated my experience about what it is to get energy, to borrow energy, how we can leverage on the energy to run free, a transaction fee, free transaction without incurring fees. Okay, so there are other aspects of this application that will interest you that I want us to know. Rather than just keeping our TRS in our account, there are ways we can turn that to we can roll it over in order to get some returns, some rewards on it. Let me put it that way. So there's something called voting. If you go to the wallet, if you go to your wallet, we have the option of vote here. As you can see, you either hit this button or you come here. You come here to hit vote here. But let me do it, since most of us want to use our mobile phone. Okay, if you hit vote here, it will take you, it will direct you to this page where you can, do the voting. What is this voting all about? This is when you support the super representatives here. The items listed in red here are they are called super representatives. These are the people who stake, some, coins, some assets, to support the Tron network. They support the functionalities of Tron network. And as they do that, they have some reward. And in case of this Binance staking, in the case of this Binance staking, they have 80% reward for supporting the Tron network. And out of this 80%, they are ready to share 4.57%, which whoever is supporting them, And if you want to vote to support them, you just click voting. It will take you to this page. Then, when you get to this page, if you look at my account here, if you follow my cursor, according to the 2,000 TRX that I froze in my account, I've been able to get some Tron power that qualifies me to vote here. I want to believe everybody is hearing me. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's still on the voting. So I haven't frozen from my account. Let me show you what I have in the account. You can see, if I come to TRS here, I have 2,000 TRS frozen in my account. I have 2,000. I have the balance of 116 TRS that is unfrozen, that is not frozen, but 2,000 frozen. So because I have this, so when I come to this voting arena, it has qualified me to vote. I have 2,000 voting power. I have 2,000 voting power. Then with this, I'm qualified to support any of these super representatives. And how do I do that? I will just come here. I will indicate out of these 2,000 that I have, the amount of TRS I want to use to support any of these super representatives. I will just come here. For instance, if I want to support Binance staking, I will hit the positive button to indicate the amount of Tron power I want to use to support You can see as I click the positive sign, it's increasing. That's 100, 200, 300, in that range like that. If I want to support, I will just, enter. Then I can vote. But I'm not doing that right now. I'm just putting us through how we can do that. If you do this, rather than keeping your, you know, um, TRS frozen, idle, you can, you know, double up your TRS by going this way. And I want to point out that if you do this, the amount of TRS that you use to support here will be unavailable, to support your transaction. For instance, now, out of the 2,000 that I have, if I support this super representative with 400, it means my 2,000 is, this will be discounted from my 2,000. It means I now have 1,600 frozen, which is available for my transaction. So that is the explanation about it. This is very, very interesting. This is one of the ways you can double up your coin rather than keeping it idle or frozen in the wallet. Okay, I think I will pause here in case any question. And I want us to, we are all learning in this environment. It's something that is new to us. And I want to encourage us to try and explore the functionalities of the Tron wallet. There are a lot of things, more than I've just mentioned here because of time. There are a lot of things you can do with this wallet. There are a lot of functionalities. So which I think we might not be able to do on the previous wallet we are using. So I think rather than looking at complexity in this, look at a lot of benefits that are here. Look at a lot of opportunities that you can derive from this TronLink app. Okay, I think I will pause here. If there's any correction, please, I'm open to correction. We are all learning. If there's any question, please feel free to ask your question as we write up. Thank you very much, Mr. Francis, for the opportunity.
Wow, amazing. Thank you so much, Mr. Steven. It was loaded, very loaded, and eye opening. Very eye, as in it's an eye opener. Okay, so basically, from what we've had, we can see that there is a lot to do. The good thing with this is that this evening's training, as it were, the takeaway from here for me is number one, to operate my TronLink wallet and to carry out transactions. I can actually carry out transactions at zero cost. That's the essence of this. And how do you do transaction without charges? Is to have your Tron frozen. And in freezing your Tron, freeze enough so that you can do transactions at no cost. I think that's the essence of this, number one. And secondly, the second takeaway for me here is I can also with my frozen Tron, I can actually earn additional income from my frozen Tron. So instead of just leaving it at level of freezing will let me conduct transactions at no cost, but voting will help me earn additional Tron by voting. And I'm sure part of this super, we can see during this whatever, we saw a list of different super representative, which I believe Kuailian is one of such. If you have scrolled down, Kuailian is one of such a super representative on Tron network. So feel free to explore. Feel free to learn more, and then take advantage of the opportunity that this network, the Tron network, provides. Okay, so thank you very much, Mr. Stephen Omisore. I don't know if anyone has any question to ask, so we can do that. Uh, our time is going, so please, if you have any contribution or any question, you can go ahead to ask. Thank you. So please, if you have question, is the right time to ask. Do we have anyone that wants to ask question? You can unmute yourself and ask your question, or you want to make comment, you can unmute yourself and make your comment. All right, so I want to assume that there are no questions. So to that effect, I'd like to thank Mr. Stephen Omishori for the job well done. I know it might look like a mystery to some of us. Uh, you can't run away from learning if this is a space you want to operate. You can't run away from learning. So there's a need to know what we are doing. There's a need to develop our knowledge based, okay, and we just need to become a little more proficient and comfortable. The honest truth is this: uh, Kuailian is not a joke. In case somebody is there wondering, somebody is there um, doubting, somebody is there not sure of what is going on. This is real, ladies and gentlemen. This is real. This is real. It's not a joke. This is real and it's not a joke. So we are doing something amazing, something productive, something something that is big. So it's not a joke. It's not a joke at all. The opportunity Kuailian is giving us is real. This is one of the safest investment I have ever in my life come across. One of the safest. That's what we're doing. Kuailian is building his ecosystem on technologies such as Tron. While we have not abandoned Ethereum, we have other options. The Cardano is there, the Polkadot is there. So Kuailian as a vehicle is giving you opportunity to be part of these technologies that are going to, that are without any question, the future. Is the future. So we're in this for a long time to come. These things are in public domain. It's not hidden. And let me remind us. You see, for every license that you have in Kuailian, you notice that when you buy a license, we usually get an email notification. In that your email notification, we usually have license. What is it called now? What's it called? But you get an email notification that gives you your 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 license code. You see that your license code that you have in the form of email is actually is actually is your like your patent. It's like your private Kuailian is not in custody of that thing that you have. That's the truth. It's an information that exists on the blockchain itself. Exists on the blockchain itself. That your licenser is like your smart contract. It's like your own smart contract ID. It's like your own, and only you have that thing. All right? And that thing is not even in the custody of Kuailian. That tells you the credibility of what we are doing. It tells you the credibility of what we are doing. That this is where you can have your investment and then you can go to sleep knowing that you are safe. So, ladies and gentlemen, a word is enough for the wise, okay? It's enough for the wise. This is the place to be. This is the place to, is a path that is worth following, okay? It's a path that is worth following. It's a path that is worth developing. It's a path that is worth exploring, okay? Go ahead and let's do something about our finances. It's a big opportunity. We are investors, like I said, and we're in this for a long time to come. For a long time to come. Security, transparency, opportunity to build wealth, opportunity to change your financial story all exist. But it will have to be you that will work it. And how do you work it? You have to build capital, you have to build wealth, you have to create wealth. It's not giving. Nobody gives it to you. You are the one to work it out. All right? Nobody gives it. You are the one to work it out. You have an amazing vehicle here. Some massive things are going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Put together, we are in developmental phase, foundation laying phase. Everything that we are doing thus far, foundation, the entire blockchain itself is in the foundational phase. In case you don't know, it's in the foundational phase. So it's better we position ourselves, and every license you have is something to treasure in the long run. It's something to treasure. All right, it's something that is going to become big, that is going to become great with us. So all right, so I think I would just want to put a dot there. I want to give another 10 seconds opportunity in case somebody has something to say. Otherwise, we'll just close the meeting. Please, if you have something to say, you can unmute and make a contribution. Otherwise, I will just make a few announcements and then we'll call it a night. So thank you very much once again, Mr. Steve, for this amazing uh, 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 presentation. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you. So please, do we have any other person that wants to contribute something? All right.
Okay,
Zoom.
this is Mrs. Enoekanem. I just want
All
to
right.
say thank you. Please, am I audible? Am I
Yes,
being
yes.
heard?
I can hear you, ma. I can hear you very loud and clear. Thank you.
Okay. I just want to say thank you to Mr. Stephen. You know, some of us are much older people. We are still trying to learn, but at least I have picked up one or two things there. I will try my hands. There are two things I have understood, that if you freeze, you pay less, or a little or nothing. Yeah.
If you freeze, you do your transaction free of cost, free of charge. Because even when you burn energy, the
Okay.
energy still refills. Ultimately, it refills.
Okay.
Once you have sufficient energy, yes, it will refill back.
Okay.
At the end of the
Okay.
day, you are doing your transaction at no cost. Yeah.
At no cost. Okay. It's important to note that. And I think from there, if we now want to maybe buy Ethereum, instead of leaving our takings in,
USDT.
is it? Okay, we
USDT,
can
you can
always
swap.
do that.
We can
Okay,
swap.
we
We
can
can swap.
swap. Okay, we don't know some of these technologies. We are trying to learn. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
that's
That's
why
what
it's
I
good.
wanted
That's
to
why it's
know.
good to attend meetings like this. It gives us a lot of. It opens our eyes to different things, and we're able to.
I do attend, but sometimes I don't understand because probably because of the age difference, we are not running along, but we are just trying to run along with time,
Yeah, yeah,
at least to get the basics so as not to be lost on the way.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
basically
You
what
are
we are
doing
trying
great,
to
man. You
do.
are doing really, really great. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you very
Bye-bye.
much.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
okay.
any other person that wants to say something?
Hello, sir.
Hello. Yeah, you have the floor. Please go
Okay.
ahead, sir.
Based on the questions you asked now, let me quickly permit me to quickly chip in one or two things. Just
All right.
cross my mind now. Okay, still on the functionalities of the Tron wallet. I think she mentioned how do we swap or something like that. I think I had that. Okay, if you look at the screen, can everybody see my screen? Hello.
We can see your screen, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, if you want to swap, just click on this. Just click on the swap function here. I want to show us something here. If you click on it, it will take you to it will redirect you to another environment where you can swap. So this is how to swap. For instance, if you have USDT in your wallet and you want to swap to TRS, because you need to do some swapping to TRS in order to get TRS that you are going to freeze. Okay, let me explain this. Some of us we may have challenge with the balance of the TRS that we have in the wallet, which might not be sufficient. I mean, to freeze to sell our transaction through, especially when you have not done any transaction before. So one
Earlier.
of the yes earlier yes one of the ways to overcome that kind of challenge is that you can that's why we have to open up. We have to interact with ourselves in the community. You have to reach out to someone to either borrow you some TRS. So when you have that TRS, you freeze it. So when you freeze that TRS, you can now do a swap of your USDT to some TRS. Then after you have done that and you have TRS in your wallet, that TRS can now be frozen to get energy. When you have enough energy in your wallet to do further transactions, you can return the TRS to the person you borrowed it from. You can borrow without charges, as I showed you earlier on. You can borrow without charges by doing peer-to-peer, that is borrowing from a friend, So that way, I think you can save some, you can
Or
swap. Yeah,
alternatively, Mr. Steve,
yeah.
alternatively, just to
Okay,
make things on very neutral uh, uh, face or ground,
okay,
what you can do alternatively is that you can buy some dollar worth of TRS
okay,
and have it in your TRS account
okay.
so that you can freeze. Yeah, I think that one is also something that one can do. If you're someone that is
Wonderful.
proficient enough,
Mm.
if you have Bitcoin somewhere, maybe in your Binance, in your Coinbase does not work effectively well in Nigeria.
Yeah,
But
it
for
does.
people that are outside Nigeria, you can use your Coinbase to do virtually everything you can do on Binance. Okay. So if you have BTC somewhere, you have Ethereum somewhere, you can swap, you can convert or you can trade some of your BTC into Tron on those exchange platform. Then
Yes,
you can
and
now send that Tron to your Tron wallet account to have enough Tron. Then from there you can now proceed. You can now freeze some. You can do so that you can now begin to. That's like activating your Tron wallet itself. Okay, so you can now freeze some, and then you're able to carry out your transaction without itches. Yeah. So I think that's a lot more generic. That's a lot
Yeah,
more
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yes. So
yeah,
without any issue, no disappointment, no anything. Yeah. So
yeah.
you can source, you can buy some, because at the moment Tron is very cheap. That's even another opportunity.
Very cheap.
The price of one Tron is 0.000 something. So in fact, the price of 1.1 Tron is like maybe some cents, just a few cents. So if you are buying, say, $100 worth of Tron, or a $200 worth of Tron, that's going to give you some thousands of Trons. Am I right, Mr.
Yes,
Stephen?
yes, you're correct, sir. You're correct.
Yes.
You're correct.
And then guess what? Guess what? A time is coming, because of the value that Tron is also presenting. A time is coming that the price of Tron is going to add value. It's going to increase, because Tron is one of the projects on the blockchain that has enormous value that is offering. So is that's why I said, look, everything put together, we are at the foundational basis. So it's a privilege to be part of what we are doing now. It's a big privilege. So let's take advantage of it. Let's take advantage of it. Let's be patient. Let's grow with the system, okay? But in terms of security, in terms of credibility, in terms of safety, you can't find it anywhere else. The kind of safety and security that exists is not about talking, it's about what it is. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to appeal to us once again. Let's take advantage of what is happening. Let's build, let's build wealth, and let's follow things with some form of knowledge and patience. All right. And you can be sure that the time, years down the line, not a long time to come, we're going to be dealing with something big in our hands. So I think it's good we draw the curtain here. Our time is fast spent. Um, yeah. Once again, I want to thank everyone that came on the call, and I want to thank our host and presenter that's resourcing tonight. So it's good to know that we have somebody we can always call on in the group that has devoted enough enormous time into understanding the Tron network. So I'm so proud and I'm so grateful for what you have been able to come up with, Mr. Steven. Thank you so much. So yes, we are going to be doing this again next week Sunday. Let's make it uh, a date. And next week Sunday is going to be joint session, like I said earlier. So between the Kuailian Fruitful team and the Genius Investor. So this is an ecosystem. So we are both investors, we are business partners, we are business promoters, and we'll be learning a lot in that order next week Sunday. Okay. So and then during the midweek, our because this particular meeting now is for our own, like our unit, okay, like our own uh, unit, as it were. So we have the general house on Wednesdays, and on Saturdays we also have other Zoom meetings. Usually we share the link, okay? So you can invite people, you can let them come and learn and get to know what is going on. Ultimately, every man has the right to take his or her own decision. All right. So, but let's give people opportunity to know what is going on, so that at the end of the day, they can take their decision. At the end of the day, it's an individual thing. All right. It's an individual thing. It's about what you want for yourself. It's about you and your future. It's about you and your finances. So, like I tell people, this is all about me. and my finances and my future. Every other thing is Jara. It's just it's an addition. Okay. So please, uh, next week Sunday we are here again 8 p.m. for a joint session, and on Wednesdays 8 p.m. and on Saturdays I think it's 12 noon. We have opportunity sharing meetings. So you can get the link, extend it to friends and family and relation and acquaintances, people that want to know what is going on, and let them come, learn, and take their decisions. Okay. So thank you very much. On that note, we're drawing the curtain tonight. Once again, thank you, Mr. Stephen Omisore, for
Thank you,
sharing
sir.
value. It was quite informative, and
Yes, sir.
I also learn. Yeah, we learn every day, and learning is continual. Thank you very much. So let's have a beautiful week, and we see you next week Sunday. Sorry. Okay, Agatha answer. Okay, she was responding at some point that yes, maybe when you ask a question, if we can hear your voice or something. So I just checked to see if there's any message dropped. So thank you. We're drawing the curtain here. Mr. Dubem, I can see Mr. Dubem. Can you just unmute yourself and say hello to us? Mr. Dubem,
Hello,
let's just
everybody.
hear your voice. Just say
Hello,
hello.
everybody.
Yeah, good to
Hello,
hear your
everybody.
voice.
Hello, Francis.
Yes,
Long
thank you,
Hello.
time.
sir. Yeah.
Yes. So how are you? I hope. Well, I joined a bit late. Just wanted to ask a few, but not to waste our time. Just this our new Kuailian mode of operation. Is there any way we can check how long is remaining in our contract? I know we're supposed to do a total of 180 something days. Is there any way we can
In
check
three
to
days, yeah.
know? It's 3 days. Is there any way we can check to know how many days are remaining? My reason for asking this is somebody that is interested in reinvesting. You know, you can make some proceeds and want to reinvest. How do you track what you're doing? We might not answer it today, but I just wanted us to think
No.
about
The
this.
answer is the answer is there. Is there actually. So it's something I can. So easily. If you go to your Kuailian back office and you go to
Okay.
your once you log in, you see
Yes.
contract and subscription or something. So you can see the countdown there. You can see the
Okay.
number of days that is left to your 183 days. Okay, so let me
Okay.
just take this advantage to explain what that means. Okay, so what it means is this: in the new technology that we have, your capital, as it were, is under contract for the first and the initial 183 days. After which, once you expend the initial 183 days, your capital assume the state of neutrality. So it becomes an open-ended thing. You can liquidate anytime of your at your own choice. So you don't need to renew the contract, okay? You don't need to renew the contract. But every entry you make, and you don't need to wait till the end of 183 days to buy a new contract. No. Do you understand? So I can have an existing contract running or investment that is running. And if I want to add to my investment today, I can add additionally. It's just that once you are buying a fresh contract, that one now is a new contract that has to also observe that initial 183 days. And after the 183 days, what it now means is that it's open to you. It's your private property. You can allow it to remain in the master node stuff to keep generating returns for you. Okay, or any day you can wake up any day and then like you are withdrawing your capital from the system. It is yours. It is yours. That contract itself is not in the hand of Quillian anymore. Is now between you and the blockchain, between you and the master node technology. Is that okay, Mr. Dubem? I don't know if I answered your question, please.
You have. Thank you so very much. The last thing I wanted to say is, please, most of this meeting notification, please remember us in Telegram, please. I know there's a WhatsApp group, but most
Oh,
times we don't get
hi.
notification. Please always remember us in the Telegram. Thank you.
Hi, I'm so sorry. If I miss Mr. Stephen and I were guilty.
That posting was
Mr.
late
Stephen,
today on the Telegram. Yeah. Sorry about that.
so sorry about that, but by the grace of God, we are going to repent and then be updating the Telegram. So sorry about that, sir.
Okay.
So sorry about that.
Thank you very much.
So please let's go ahead and do something for ourselves, and let's grow alongside. Let's be patient with the system. Kuailian is doing amazing, great thing, and time is going to tell. And this is one thing I know, that in the nearest future you will be glad you were part of it. For some of us, it might not make sense now, but ultimately you will be glad you're part of what is going on. So on that note, I want to call it a good night, and thank you so much. Let's have a beautiful week ahead of us. God bless you. Good night and bye bye.
Okay. Good night.